This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. It's been a rough Valentine's for your girl Shannon. I had to break up with the DraftKings AI. That clown wouldn't let me place a bet that Rob would be asleep by 9:30 on Valentine's night. Come on, bro. I'm trying to get some of that insider trading money. They don't call me Livecast Pelosi for nothing. Our IP Livecast starts now.
All right. I don't know why we call you Livecast Pelosi, but welcome to RIP Livecast, Shannon. You would think. It's Rob here, along with Sid.
Hey.
And Durinsky.
Durinsky is here. How are you guys?
Doing well. Doing well. It's a post-Valentine's weekend. I guess it's President's Day weekend as well.
Who cares about that?
Who cares about our presidents? I like the presidents. Some of them.
Oh, which one?
Which one?
Yeah.
Buchanan. He's a bachelor.
I liked Lincoln. He was good.
Killed vampires.
I liked FDR. He was nice.
He was weak. Polio.
There was a time when I liked Barack Obama. Yeah, but
He has good taste in TV shows.
FDR?
No,
it was a nice few years of ignorant bliss, not knowing what was to come. But welcome. It is now 2025.
Oh, just now?
Yeah,
Just now. It just happened.
Rob just finally got a new calendar, so for him, it's finally 2025.
Yeah, it's been a while. I guess I don't write checks. I don't write out the date anymore, so it's not.
You just cash them.
That's right. Well, you know, I have direct deposit, so I'm not authorizing.
I was going to say, even if you cash them, they have the date on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Then I got no excuse for you, Rob.
Right. I mean, the year is just arbitrary anyway, right? What do we care what some Romans say the year is?
Fair
Point. Oh, that's the Livecast, everyone.
Folks. Yeah,
we'll see you next week. We've said all we need to say, really.
Last night was Valentine's. I celebrated the night before.
You mean yesterday, which we usually say in English?
What did I say?
You said the last day was Valentine's.
I said last night.
Oh.
But it was Valentine's all day yesterday, not just at night.
No, just last night.
Sorry, Rob.
For about 4 hours exclusively.
So what did you do during those 4 hours?
I was watching Wicked. Wicked! like Ali G says it. Wicked!
Why?
Why not?
It's streaming? It's on the streaming?
That doesn't stop me.
No, I'm asking.
I guess it is. I think it's on Peacock, right? I believe. I don't
You're
know.
the one who watched it. You fucking tell me.
I did not. I did not watch it on an official streamer. I'll put it that way.
You just downloaded it illegally, even though you didn't have to.
Wow.
Yeah, because I like to watch it at the highest quality. So I download like an absurdly high quality file, like a 50 gigabyte file.
So that's better quality than like the Peacock stream would
Sometimes if there is a public stream, some services don't give you the 4K HDR streams. Like Max, it's like a separate tier. Netflix, you have to pay for the premium, which is such bullshit. What the fuck you? But if it is available on a streamer, I'm such a dork about it that I compare my local file to the streaming version.
So you download it anyway just to do an A/B comparison?
Well, sometimes I download it because, it comes out on, before it hits streamers, it comes out on direct download where you could buy or rent it for like $20. And so that's the version that gets ripped.
Okay.
But by the time I get around to watching it, it's then on an official stream. So I might have it downloaded for like a month and I just haven't gotten around to it.
You procrastinating on something? I don't believe it.
I know, right? It's weird. I don't have anxiety about watching a movie at the soonest possible time and then immediately deleting it off of all of my servers
you don't want it spoiled
to clear some arbitrary space.
You don't want the FBI catching the file on your hard drive and putting you in prison.
It's fine.
As long as you don't seed it, it's okay.
Yeah.
Rob does a lot of seeding.
And when I do see it, it's on a VPN, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, okay? How about that, huh? But if it is available on streamer, I will compare, and it depends. Sometimes my version is superior.
Well, how was this one?
I didn't realize it was on streaming until after, but my version is spectacular. And the movie itself is good. It's better than I thought it would be. I would say that. I came in with low expectations, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Did you cry at any point?
No, it's not like that. But it's visually very pleasing. The music is
Cynthia
fun.
Erivo your new queen and savior?
No, I'm more of a fan of the performance by Ms. Ariana Grande.
Wow.
Did you find space for the lyrics of whatever? Defying Gravity?
I mean, like it is very there. Like the allegories to trans and like queer folks are like, it kind of hits you over the head with it. It's very hard to miss the space. But no, it's good. But to Shannon's point, I did make it past 9:30. I passed out around 10:30.
Oh,
I didn't. I have yet to see the final act of the film because I passed out.
You haven't even finished.
I didn't finish it.
With all that quality?
I have to tell you,
Oh, boy.
when I woke up, I really had a lot of sympathy for Sid's wife. Because
I broke that back last night, Rob. What are you trying to say?
No, because me and my partner decided, we're passing out. We're going to go to bed. And then I thought, like, no, Sid would force Amy to watch the end of he would slap her on the face to wake her up. Not physically, but metaphorically.
Honestly, last
with
night I
insults.
turned to her at 10 o'clock and I'm like, let's just go to bed. And she said, all right, let's do it. I was the one who initiated early sleep last night.
Early sleep or breaking the back? Which one is it?
No, only early. We had a heavy dinner. There was only early sleep.
Well, because I remember, because I was recently over Sid's house for a viewing party, and I sat in. He has a recliner that is incredibly comfortable, like to a fault, because it was like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I reclined the chair. I let Sid's adorable kitty sit on my lap, and then after like 10 minutes, with my legs up in the air and my back tilted,
I broke that back in front of all.
My back was broken.
It made you humble.
Because I'm fucking dozing off, and like I have my eyes closed, and I could hear the rest of them snickering.
That was a particularly funny burn happened on that episode of Drag Race. You slept.
No, are you snickering at me passing out? I meant.
No.
Did anybody draw a peen on your forehead?
No, but then Amy mentioned, Amy sympathized with me in the moment, and she was saying, "See, Sid, it's very easy to pass out." And I would only imagine how Sid would force her to wake up to watch the conclusion of some sitcom, like it's life or death.
I would just
true or false.
Oh no, I'd pick up our like a coaster and just drop it on the table loudly to wake her up, or something like that.
Such a dick.
She wants to watch these shows too. I'm doing her.
Sure, but God forbid you're not doing her a favor. God forbid you just pause it and watch the rest in the morning or something.
What do I do with the rest of my night then? Just sit there and listen.
Watch something else.
No.
You need her attached to the hip to watch.
Yeah, why do you watch plenty of stuff without her? This is an intervention. Get your wife in here. We're all gonna
So speaking of watching stuff, I watched this. I was telling you guys briefly. I watched this movie Omni-Loop, which is and like I said, I only stumbled onto this because Io Debris is in it. I'm a big fan of hers. But the movie is it's like it starts with the premise of Groundhog Day, but like it starts 3/4 of the movie into Groundhog Day. So like you don't need to explain what's going on. It's like 5 minutes in, that she's waking up, in like 5 days earlier. She has a 5-day cycle, not a 1-day cycle.
Oh, imagine dating a woman with a 5-day cycle.
Hell, but she dies at the end. If she has these pills, and if she doesn't, she had these pills since she was a young girl. And she takes anytime she takes the pill, she goes back 5 days. So as soon as she starts dying, She takes the pill and she goes back 5 days. And the point is, she's like a chemist, and she's trying to, or like she's like a theoretical physicist who's like trying to break down the chemistry of this thing. Then she meets Io Debris, who's like a college student who helps her do it. She has to meet her every time and explain who she is, and then they go to the lab and try to figure this out. But it's really like, it just, I wanted more time travel. Like, I feel like it became like a story about this woman didn't connect with her family enough, and it was like blah blah blah, and then had a very bittersweet ending. So I won't ruin it for you, but not a big.
What was the name of the movie again?
Omni Loop. It's because they live in Miami, and that's the name of this train system over there.
Oh,
so it's like the dual purpose kind of name, but whatever.
Mary Louise Parker.
Yeah, she's really good in it. All the performances are good. It's kind of like a weak story. The other one I wanted to mention is Paradise.
That's a series, right?
Yeah, you haven't seen that one?
I know about it, but I have not seen it. I know there's like a big twist at the beginning that some people think is cool, some people think is corny.
No, I thought it was great. I thought it was great. This whole show hooked me in, and it's great. And I usually don't like these kind of like procedural, governmental like intrigue shows. This one is incredible. James Marsden is the president of. He's like George W. Bush, basically. But here's where what this show suffers from. It's got a lot of networks drama speak. Like the way that people talk in these hushed tones, which is really annoying, like Manifest. And the other thing is the soundtrack. The soundtrack really pissed me off because it's like these breathy woman covers of rock songs.
Oh, God.
It's like Phil Collins. And the most cliche thing that you can do, which is like, oh, think twice. It's another day for you and me and Bear.
I swear there was a restaurant by my old office that me and my boss would go to once in a while, and all they played was that. Like there was, like as if there was like a Sirius channel that was just like coffee house singer-songwriter woman
I think it's called Coffee House.
But it's just covers of like rock songs done in that style. So they must just have taken that channel and like plucked songs for the soundtrack to this show.
And it's the worst songs for it. It's like,
and it takes you out of the moment so much because first you're like, wait, I know this. What is this? Then you're like, oh, why?
Yeah, why exactly?
The song than you are about what's going on in the show. I'm sure.
Eye of the Tiger. They did Eye of the Tiger. Like this.
Oh my God.
The Eye of the Tiger. And every rose has its thorn. Like all these songs that don't make sense in that. There was one good song actually mixed in, a real song from the 70s from a band I never heard of. That apparently the singer was friends with David Gilmour or something. And so, and it plays in a bar, and I even put that on the playlist today because it was a good song, good rock song in the middle of all these stupid baby voice covers. But a good show. Like I got past it.
How many episodes into it are you?
Well, they're airing it once a week.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's not bingeable, so I'm 5 into it, and the next one comes out on Tuesday.
I mentioned this to Sid, but I recently watched the movie Love and Basketball. Darren, have you seen it with Omar Epps?
Mm-hmm. I watched it in a class a couple of years ago.
Oh wow!
Oh really? Oh, I just rewatched it this week because it's on Max streaming, and we were just scrolling, and my partner has never seen it, so I was like, I'll just put this on, and then like if we want to put something else on or pass out, we could just go to bed or whatever. We ended up watching the whole thing because it was so engaging.
Good movie,
and it is a great movie, but it has the same fault that you're mentioning about the music. Like when there's a really tense moment in the plot, the music is like, it's like R. Kelly trapped in the closet. It's describing on the nose exactly what's going on in the plot, but in sing-song form, like, why is it so hard to get close? We're face to face. We can't say a thing.
Yeah. It's like a musical, but the people in the movie are not singing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And then, and the camera just pans around that, like their eyes.
I'm doing
the director of that.
She
first time director, right? Can't recall the name right now.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, she's like a bunch of other.
Gina Prince Bythewood.
Yeah.
Oh, she did that movie. She did she recently did like an epic, like a movie about like a historical drama too, which I can't remember the name.
The Woman King.
Yeah, that's it. And it has Denai Gurira in it, and it's like a whole bunch of. It's like a whole story about these women warriors in Africa, I think.
Yeah, she like her movies focus on it. But the reason why I have such a special place in my heart about that movie is it came out in the late 90s and it really advocated for women's sports at a time when there really weren't a lot of mainstream movies advocating for it.
Yeah.
Were there any?
Well, Joanna Man, that's about it. The original no trans people in sports movie.
Oh my God.
We should do a watch along of that.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
After Love and Basketball.
Oh, okay. I watched 20 minutes of that recently, and it's so bad. It's a
watch it.
It's a bad movie on its own merits. It's like a bad script and all that.
That'll be our Women's History Month watch along.
Oh my God. Well, next month is International Women.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be for that. You know,
brutal.
But Love and Basketball.
I think that is on our list. That's been on our list since we first started the Patreon. We just never gotten to it.
Oh wow!
Dusty Rose Buffer says Rob is secretly a black woman inside.
Do you identify as a black woman?
Sometimes. But it's a really, really great. I guess I can't believe it came out in 2000.
Very old movie.
But there's a lot of great commentary on gender norms and. Just the way the plot advances is really great,
and
it's like a who's
in the movie.
No pegging, but it's a who's who of 90s African American actors because like everyone is in this movie, even the Allstate guy is in it.
Morris Chestnut.
No, Dennis
Haysbert.
No, but I'm just saying, is Morris Chestnut in this movie?
Oh no,
it's more like the B level guy, like character.
Yeah.
Actors.
Well, like Gabrielle Union, Tyra Banks is in it. Regina Hall,
a lot of sexy ladies.
Regina King.
I don't remember Regina Hall being.
Yeah, she's the older sister. She plays the older sister.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cicely Tyson.
No, I guess it's not a who's who. I'm sorry.
Chadwick Boseman.
He wasn't really famous then yet, was he?
Yeah, I don't think so.
How about Rondell Sheridan?
Oh my! Why do I know that name? Who is that?
He's like a comedian. He was a Comedy Central comedian in the 90s.
Okay, I have an image in my head. Let's see if okay, this guy.
He looks like LL Cool J's dad.
Wait, who is it again?
Rondell Sheridan.
That is one of your best references you've ever pulled on the show, Darren.
Thank you.
Shit.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
I haven't thought about Rondell Sheridan probably since Love and Basketball was in theaters. That's amazing.
He's a funny guy.
He looks like Black Richard Kind.
Yeah, that's true, too. It's a good one.
I can see it.
Good call. Is he promoting Dentec flosses?
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah. I remember when that guy was famous, infamous, that he got comparisons to Rondell Sheridan. He made jokes about it. I remember he did a bit about it.
Yeah, thank God Chris Donner's dead because people thought I was him.
Oh my God!
He did like while the guy, while this was a big deal, he went on. He did a whole stand-up act on it.
This guy just happened to kill a bunch of fellow army men.
I think he just happened to do it. He did it on purpose.
He stumbled into a gun and it fell into his arm. And he happened to pull the trigger a bunch of times at other people and then himself. It happens. Big Valentine's news. We learned that Elon Musk has another child.
Oh my God! Isn't that nice?
You mean
with a woman named Ashley St. Clair, and it's so funny because when I heard that, I'm like, wait a minute,
that sounds like a porn star.
A child with a porn star? Yeah, but no, she's a conservative Zionist commentator who he's been like flirting with for months on Twitter. People are like pulling up all these screenshots now, and
wait, flirting makes a baby?
Oh, no.
Well, no, just saying like, oh, Elon wants to put a baby in this woman, and then turns out he did, and the gossip is that she publicly came out, like she released a statement. Her angle was that some tabloids were about to reveal that they had a child. So she's getting ahead of the story and asking for privacy for the safety of the child and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, his first ex-wife and a few other people are speculating that the reason she said this on Valentine's Day is because he probably ditched her to go out with another woman on Valentine's Day. And she realized she's left all alone with their new kid. And so she's upset. And this is her revenge. What a wonderful world we're living in.
I mean, $200 billion gets you a lot of poontang, I guess.
Yeah, you can afford the child support. What does he care?
I mean, it ain't on the merits. If you look at that guy, he's got the most small penis energy of anybody I've ever seen in public
More
life.
than Bezos?
Absolutely. Close. Oh, I feel like I feel like Musk has zero stroke game. Look at those hips.
Yeah, I think
Bezos. I think has good stroke game. I feel like Bezos is good in bed. You can tell he has like a confidence about him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Fuck.
I agree with that assessment, but even that, I just meant personality, wise, like not related to sex, just like how an insecure person acts. Like I don't think Bezos acts insecure.
Okay.
But I think Elon Musk acts like an 8-year-old child, basically, like an 8-year-old child's thought of what a cool adult is.
Totally agree. It's so cringy all the time. All of his jokes are so corny. It's like the worst chain letter memes that you've seen 50 times.
Agree.
It's so basic. Like he changed his Twitter username to Harry Balls this week. So he's like tweeting all this government shit and his display name is Harry BOLZ. Harry Ball. Ha ha ha. Hey, it's my name is Harry. Ah. Yeah. Like come on, like it was funny for like a second when you were just running a car company, but now that you're infesting every aspect of American life, like be a little serious.
I mean, it's all the same to him though.
Well, also I would say like just to be devil's advocate, are we going to suddenly act like the United States government is serious? Like, I think he's the perfect avatar for the shitty country that we live in.
The perfect
you know, I'm not going to say they are, but like, I would prefer that we pretend they are. like give me a little pretense, please.
Okay.
And
you want the return to civility.
Now, Rob, I think maybe you don't understand something, so I'll explain it to you. Like what you have, like your testicles, they generally have hair on it, and we don't see it. Like it's something private. So like putting your name Harry Balls is hilarious because it's like referring to something that we don't usually see, and it's out there. Do you get it now?
Oh,
see, that's what we do here.
I see now. But no, I don't see. What I was going to say, also, like, where is child services to, like, check in on his son? Why is he? I mean, I think he's carrying his son around to prevent an active shooter. He doesn't want to like he's using his son as a human shield
at the White House.
Why is he taking his son everywhere? He fucking went all like this. Why is this poor kid traveling to fucking meetings in Europe or whatever with government leaders?
Which kid is this? The one he had with that singer lady?
Yes, with Grimes. X 12. That kid. That dipshit. Oh, did you see he was in the Oval Office with Trump, and Musk was answering questions with his idiot kid on his shoulders. I shouldn't call the kid an idiot, but
why not?
He's kind of an idiot. But also this kid, the big story is this kid, while Musk is talking, apparently said to President Trump, "You're not the president, and you need to go away." Here's the footage.
To restore democracy.
Did you hear it?
This may seem like, well,
and you can see
I love Trump's reaction, like he's being mean to me. That's not okay.
Yeah, let's see that again.
He's like upset.
To restore democracy.
Just looking the other
way.
And then there was this other one where he said, "I want you to shush your mouth."
What? Who says that to who?
When did you get to the next? are the same.
The son says it to
they're-
Trump.
and they're-
And Trump's just
He's being a good boy and not saying anything.
From one year to the next.
Boy, that kid is just really looks like an Aryan future soldier.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
and then Musk is like fucking answering questions about world affairs with this kid on the show. Like, be serious. Why is this kid there?
Who you'd be fine with Musk doing all of this if there wasn't a kid on his shoulders? Like, what does that change?
I'm with Sid. I think, although it is grotesque and ridiculous, I think I approve of this because not just the kid, but Elon Musk being an openly disdainful, disdainful of the government and all that. Because it's just applying the correct front to what our country is. You know what I mean? It's just we're looking at it.
I
the way
think
it
his
should
disdain for the government is different than your disdain for the government. His
No, I
disdain
agree. I'm saying it's
so
mask off.
I don't think it's. But I don't
mask off. I approve of that.
We've
It's
been
like
complaining about billionaires controlling the country forever. Now it's just like they're like, no, yeah, that's actually what's happening. Like,
yeah, I agree.
It's not even like a middleman anymore. It's just let's just put this guy without
bring in the millionaire. Yeah,
but if it's in the Oval Office,
let him burn through whatever.
Anyway.
It's the two things that are true about America that the government usually tries to hide. It's run by billionaires and it's completely unserious. Well, now we're just admitting both things. So good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have an honest conversation about it now.
Here's Trump introducing the kid.
This is X, and he's a great guy, high IQ. He's a high IQ individual.
Is to restore democracy. Well, if you don't have a feedback loop, X, we would have to. If you sorry.
Like, why is he there?
Are the same?
You're the richest man. You can't have a babysitter. I hear what you guys are saying, but I don't know, something about it really sets me off.
He's there to stop a bullet.
Yeah, well, you said it's not a literal one though, but like a media bullet. He's there as like a distraction to make his dad seem less evil.
But if a bullet does come, like a literal one, he wouldn't be against it.
But he's very tiny. The odds, it would have to be really bad aim if X catches that bullet instead of his 6 foot whatever dad.
He's not 6 foot whatever.
No?
Get out of here. No,
He's not. But how tall is he?
I have no idea, honestly. I told you.
Here's another moment.
Well, Trump.
He's 6'2".
Punish up with the agency heads, and I checked previously with the president to make sure that.
Who would have thought that? This is abuse.
How is this abuse? He's just sitting there in a little jacket.
Yeah, it's take your kid to
He
work.
should be on a fucking playground or something. He should be doing
Playground?
something.
What are you talking about? Playground.
He's bored. Engage him.
He lives
This is
in
not
the world's
engaging for a
largest mansion, though. He's fine.
No, this is.
I mean,
abuse.
I'm not denying he's abused. I was going to point that out. I just don't know if sitting in the Oval Office is abuse. You might go home and get the shit.
Being anywhere near Trump is abuse.
That's fair. He might.
Now, the moment where he tells Trump he's not the president, do you think he's just quoting his dad there? Like that's something Musk said to him?
That's the thought is where could he learn such a thing?
Yeah.
Then his dad constantly he's like a parrot. Parroting his father, who's talking behind closed doors when other people aren't there.
I would have loved
his buddies on the phone.
I would have loved if Trump turned around. I want a mandate. I don't know if you saw the election results. 52%.
X, you need to acknowledge your president. I need you to say the Pledge of Allegiance right now.
He's going to start talking about how much bigger his hands are than the kids. Take his dick out.
A lot of people are talking about this.
Also, this Gulf of America thing is so funny to me. Obviously, a total distraction. I know this is. It's unbelievable. I remember when we first started doing a radio show together, Darren and I know Sid, you were doing your own show in college. One of the first things that we mocked, one of my earliest memories of something that we mocked, was freedom fries.
Oh yeah,
when the French didn't want to join us in bombing Iraq because Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. France became the bad guys, And then there were some diners that would change, French toast.
Wasn't
and
it like the
French
White
fries.
House cafeteria or the
Yes.
Congress cafeteria where they changed it?
I
Yeah,
see.
but
And then
they
maybe
led the
other
way.
places. Yeah.
So they changed it to freedom fries. I remember.
It was everything,
like-
French dressing, everything.
And it's so wild because it's like at the time it seemed so stupid. It seemed like the stupidest thing you've ever heard. And like now, this is just like another day. Like we're so desensitized to stupidity that Trump has mandated that the Gulf of Mexico be renamed the Gulf of America. And our wonderful tech overlords are placating him at Google Maps and Apple Maps. If you check while in America, it will say Gulf of America. Outside of America, it will say Gulf of Mexico. Thank you, Google, for making this decision for us.
Now I have to ask, so I don't know honestly the logistics. This is a legitimate question. Like, I'm serious. Do they have to follow some protocol where like they have to follow what the law of the land says, and because Trump changed it, they have to display that way in the United States, or did they make an executive decision to just?
They don't have to do anything. They're a private company.
I guess
What they want to do is be in the good graces of these governments so that the governments don't regulate them.
But I mean,
and
sorry.
specifically during this point in time, all of these tech companies are really cozying up to Trump because there's a lot of regulation coming on all of this AI stuff and this computer learning and what qualifies as copyright infringement in regards to AI and what kind of access you could have. And so they want to be on his good side right now. So if this is like something that's not worth fighting over, and clearly to them it's not, they're just going to placate him. That's what I think.
Okay.
I don't think they have to do this. And they've done this in China and with borders of China and India. There's a Conor O'Malley bit about this.
Yeah.
It's actually quite great. So this isn't the first time that Google's done such a thing.
Could you share? Dusty Rhodes asked for an AI image of Andre the Giant eating freedom fries, so I gave two variants. You could show both, and we could decide which one is the better.
I'm glad that Andre has replaced Anne Frank as our avatar.
Oh, not
because
for
it
long,
seems-
pal.
It seems slightly less insensitive.
This is Andre with 2 plates of freedom fries.
It's very weird because like the top plate is barely floating on his. He's holding it up with 2 fingers.
That's how strong he is.
Yeah.
And then there's like a phantom fork here on his left
Where?
hand almost. It looks
Where?
like
don't see a
right where his
fork.
middle finger is. I guess it's a crease in the shirt.
But
But
it's
it looks like a
crease.
fork.
It's a real American beer shirt. That's the logo.
This is the one. This is
Whoa.
what happened.
He's so happy.
What is with his thumb? What is that thumb? No thumbnail.
That's like a thing. That's like a disease where you have a short thumb.
That's
It looks like an
acromegaly.
uncircumcised cock.
Yes.
Oh, mine didn't look like that.
It's a shy halud.
What? What's that?
Isn't that from Dune? Isn't that the sandworm monsters? Isn't that
I
what they're
don't
called?
Remember?
Dusty, you let us know which of the 2 you prefer.
Yeah, this is what he has. Brachydactyl type D. Oh, you got these short thumbs. You got these
But does he
thumbs.
have, or just in the image he has it?
in this
Did he
image?
have it in real life?
No. Just in this.
Ugh.
That looks like a toe thumb.
This
Shy-
is the one that Dusty prefers.
I thought Shai Halub was the guy that played Monk. Not my favorite David Lynch movie.
R.I.P. Tony Shalhoub. Eventually, he'll be dead when somebody watches this, and then this will make sense. For now, he's still with us. You okay, Rob?
I'm okay.
What is that voice? What are you doing?
I'm okay. I wanted to play this clip. I found this old cameo of the late great Gilbert Gottfried, paying tribute to Bill Apter, the former editor of Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Did you find this, or did Dusty Rhodes Muffler post this in the Discord?
Did he?
So-
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure it was posted
had
in
it
the
saved.
Discord.
And
You guys.
So this is pretty great. So Bill Apter is like the editor of the largest national wrestling publication of the time. And so somebody bought him a birthday cameo from Gilbert Gottfried. So let's watch this. This is pretty great.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and this is for Bill Apter, and it's being sent by Craig Peters. Well, Bill, you're turning 75, and according to Craig, you're a pro wrestling journalist. What the hell do you have to write about wrestling? What, you're gonna do? All you have to write is this is complete and total bullshit. Okay? It's all planned in advance. There's no real wrestling involved here. You have to be a journalist for that. You have to, you're gonna be doing in-depth, intelligent and brilliant, insightful world of wrestling. It's like what? You're gonna talk about how they grunt when they jump off the ropes on each other, and you're a photographer. Well, let me tell you something. Anybody who has a phone is a photographer now, so fuck you. Anyway, and you're a big Jerry Lewis fan.
Oh, no.
So let me just tell you that if I have a happy Floyd, what you make with the thing and the person, and a happy birthday to Ivan. And, you made Andy Kaufman's career. That's what Craig told me. You made Andy Kaufman's career.
Kaufman.
And you see where Andy Kaufman is now. And it was a perfect combination. Andy Kaufman and wrestling. Both were totally full of shit all the time. Anyway, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Bill. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Bill.
Oh,
You know,
what a sweetheart.
at the end of his life, his appearance really caught up with his voice.
Hi.
By the end of his life, do you mean the last 35 years of his life?
No, I mean like he looked like he always looked like a nebbish, but like he sounded like an 80-year-old man, I feel. And then he looked like one at the end.
Fair. Bill Apter gets the last laugh, still breathing. Take that.
Yeah, I just saw Bill Apter. Who did I just see him interview? I can't remember now.
Sexy Red.
Sorry about that.
No, like it was like a recent interview.
There's a U.S. versus Canada game tonight, right? Is it a hockey game?
I don't know.
Yes.
It's an international competition. I don't know who's playing who what day, but take your word for it. But there, it's like 4 teams. They have a mini tournament, and it's USA, Canada, Sweden, and Finland, I think.
So last week or 2 weeks ago at a Canadian game, they played the American national anthem and it got booed. I think this week it's going to get booed again, which is pretty awesome.
Cool.
I wanted to play this man on the street thing, I guess, from the
Gil-
Bell Center.
Is the man Gilbert Gottfried?
Oh.
With American fans arriving in Tirana.
6-1! What happened? What happened? Yo, we fucked Finland! We're America! You can't taste our fucking freedom! USA! USA! You guys are gonna get fucking destroyed on Saturday night! No, we are! You guys fucking suck! Build to ass! That's how it's done! 51st state! USA! Yeah!
I have to give this account, HFTV, a lot of credit for putting the mic thing at the end of a hockey stick. That is very clever.
Wait. Hockey's not even our sport! Hockey's not even our sport! Come feel the stuff! Come feel the stuff! USA hockey is new
I'm such a sucker for these drunken
Oh my
sportsmen on the street things where they just yell into the mic. I don't know what it is, but always puts me in a good mood, folks. Just having some good laughs. Some funny bones.
I feel like it's too performative now. Everybody wants to recreate the
true.
Knicks Bing Bong thing. And like they know how they're expected to act. I'm sure those people were completely fine walking down the street that they saw what was about to happen. They're like, oh, we got to get rowdy now. Let's amp it up. Which is fine.
That's such a weird fucking Caulfield's a snub. Like, what a weird thing to just chant.
What is that? Who is that?
No, he's a Montreal Canadian player, and he like the selection. I guess I don't even follow this international hockey thing, but I guess he got snubbed from the team and isn't on the team from that chant. I'm guessing.
Okay.
So, he's just a good young player, but why chant that? Like, what is the? Who gives a fuck?
Is he from Canada or from America? Though?
America. There's the Americans
so probably because they're still rooting for that team though, even if he's not on it, right?
But why is a Canadian going to get mad at that? Like,
you're
supposed to be antagonizing them.
And who picked the team? I
don't know how it works, honestly. Once it leaves the NHL, I don't give a shit.
Is this sanctioned by the NHL? Because the NHL season is now paused for this, right?
2 weeks. Yeah, it picks up on the 22nd.
Who's putting this on? I heard about this like a week ago. I didn't even know this was the thing.
I don't know. I have no idea. It's like I think they couldn't get all the teams to to have a international competition or something.
Is this like instead of the All-Star game or in addition to?
No, instead of. This is like the All-Star break.
Is that going to be every year or just once in a while?
I honestly don't know.
Weird. So they're not doing like a who has the hardest slap shot anymore? We're not doing that skills competition?
Oh, they did it last year, I think.
During this tournament?
No, they didn't have this tournament.
Yeah, so like this year they're not doing that, or they're still doing that at some point also?
I don't think so. It hasn't been promoted in my sphere if they're doing it.
Sad. R.I.P. Dino Cicerelli.
Dale Howard Chuck. That was my favorite non-Islander growing up. Dale
Howard Chuck
from the Winnipeg Jets.
A lot of fun names.
Just love that name, and that's like such a kids in the hall extra name.
Yes. Oh my God.
He's like a drunk guy in a bar.
Everyone ends with Chuck.
Yeah. Herman Menderchuk.
Yeah, that's right.
There's news today that transgender individuals are no longer permitted to join the U.S. military.
Oh no.
That's terrible. My whole thing is like, great. Congrats. Like, this is like a burn, like, okay, fine.
I mean, to some it is like, I had the same exact thought process where it's like, oh, cool. Now I don't have to die for this country or kill people for it. Like, how sad. But there are trans folks that like there's benefits to being in the army. Like they pay your education, right? There's reasons people join the army other than evil shit. Like if they're
right. And they're all because of the evils of capitalism.
Well, yeah, sure.
All of those reasons. None of them are altruistic reasons.
Yeah. But now trans people are cut off from that option.
Are they cut off from that, or they can't be in combat? I
think it's anything now.
Oh,
right.
I'll admit I'm not up to speed on this, but
now my question is, what about the ones that are already in the army? Are they like court-martialed, or are they grandfathered in?
I have no idea. I was under the impression they can't be in. They'll assume the role that women.
U.S.
had.
Army bars transgender people from enlisting, ends gender-affirming care services.
Enlisting means what? Like you just can't even join the army in even at a desk job?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very weird. Right. So we were talking about the Gulf of America. Sorry. Now that we're back on the trans people. So one point that I wanted to make here is that the AP, like the big media controversy, is that the Associated Press is not going with the gimmick. They're not playing by the rules, by the Trump rules, and they're still calling it the Gulf of Mexico. They're dead naming the Gulf, and because of this, they've been barred from the White House press, like the briefings, right? And they're like, "Oh, this is disrespectful." The press secretary is saying that like being in the press room is a privilege, not a right, which I think you could argue it might be a right for one of the largest press organizations in the country. But I just do think it's very funny with how anti-trans they are, anti-pronouns, that here they are, as I just made the joke, kind of getting upset at not referring to something by the preferred name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stick that in your stand-up bit, Bill Maher, you piece of shit. You hear about this, folks? The Gulf of America. What's next? The Gulf of Mexico wants to play in women's sports? Oh, relax, crowd, okay?
Wow.
Take it easy.
Could you do the rest of the episode as Bill Maher? The last 20 minutes will be new rules.
Yeah, Shane. Yeah.
New rule: all the hot chicks sleep with me. Okay. I keep falling into Dennis Miller for some reason.
Another HBO show host that went conservative in his old age.
Yeah, went off the rails. Dennis Miller. I love watching. Not that I do it a lot, but like stumbling on old Dennis Miller clips, and I remember feeling at the time like maybe I'm just too young to understand the reference that he's making. But now I do understand the references, and I'm very happy to report they're just not funny.
Yeah, they don't make sense. They're just,
it's like,
hey, I know smart things. Take that. Take that to Monday Night Football. It'll go over great.
Okay, pal.
Yeah.
What a weird career arc that dude had.
Oh my god.
Yeah, how did that even happen? I guess he's a comedian.
Is he at the SNL 50 special?
All
Do you
the
think he got an
previous,
invite?
yes, all the previous talent got an invite. Apparently, if you were on the cast, you're invited. It's apparently a very hot ticket because there's only 400 seats in the theater, and there's quite a few people.
Even Ellen Cleghorn, is she gonna be there?
Well, during the
they're
40th
invited.
anniversary, didn't Victoria Jackson complain because they didn't put her in the main room? They put her in like some side room for runoff guests.
They put her in a
so-
WWE elimination chamber.
Well, I know a few people aren't attending, like Dan Aykroyd and Bill Hader are skipping it. I read.
Hader apparently just did not really love his time there, so it might just give him trauma to even go back to that studio.
That's so crazy because he's one of my all-times.
He's probably my all-time favorite, but yeah, he
I
was
just
apparently very fucked up over his time there.
Yeah, so I'm talking about it, and he talked about Dan Aykroyd. Had a chat with him because Dan Aykroyd showed up for some event, and they were talking, and he goes, "This is your career arc. You're gonna get there. No one's ever gonna. They're gonna treat you like shit, put you in like terrible skits, and then finally you work your way into like having your material done by other people, and then you're gonna have characters that people are gonna expect you to do, and that's your wheelhouse, and you're gonna be one of the most beloved people, and then you're gonna get sick of it, and then you're gonna leave." And he said, "That's exactly what happened." He told me that in my first year, and that's exactly what happened.
And then you're gonna produce one of the best shows on HBO in the last decade.
Well, I don't know.
Didn't see that one coming.
That. Yeah,
I can't wait to see what he does next.
Yeah,
You guy's fucking great.
You know what I love about Bill Hader, besides all his work that he does, he talks about movies a lot. Like I always see these clips of him on podcasts. I follow this one channel that's just like the guy just aggregates clips of people talking about movies and posts them every day. So like 5-minute clips, and he always has Bill Hader on there talking about just different movies. It's fucking Akira Kurosawa, like stuff that's not in his wheelhouse at all, and it's just fascinating to listen to him talk about movies. He's a brilliant guy.
Yeah,
even when he's not being funny.
I believe it.
Yeah, he's very. I mean, I love Barry. Hard recommend.
And it wasn't just a straight up comedy. You could tell his like varied influences just from that show and how it was like so many different things.
Agreed. But it is very funny too.
Yeah. But also extremely dark, extremely sad at times. It's like it covered all the bases in a really satisfying way.
And very interesting choices. Like anytime they could make an easy choice, they went for the hard thing. You know, like just when you start to like Barry a lot, he just does something fucking terrible.
Resurrected Henry Winkler's career.
Yeah. He has had like 4 resurrections, right?
He's been around for a while, yeah.
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
I had a friend that claimed to be Henry Winkler's cousin.
Claimed?
I
So
never
you
met him and
proved it?
never saw. I mean, I didn't seek to prove it. It's just like, I just took his word for it. But I never met him. I never saw a picture of him. So.
So what else is going on in the world? Oh, I wanted to mention this. I think I mentioned, I may have mentioned this before about some Ohio lawmakers are introducing legislation to make male masturbation, illegal. Let's watch this news report.
Sponsored by Democratic State Representatives Anita Somani, an OBGYN from Dublin, and Tristan Rader of Lakewood.
The whole entire point of this bill is to call out the hypocrisy of particularly the state legislature when they bring forward bills to regulate women's bodies.
Now, there are exceptions to the proposed law, which include sperm donation, contraception, and members of the LGBTQ community. Men face a maximum $10,000 fine after the third offense if they have sex with a woman without the intention of conceiving a child.
Men have the same rights no matter where they go in the country. Women have rights based on where they live.
It just misses the most basic biological facts and leans in towards middle school humor.
Austin Beigel with End Abortion Ohio calls the proposal disrespectful to the pro-life community and a waste of state resources.
They have to review it when they file it. They're going to have to stick a legal team on it, wasting time on that and delaying other bills that are trying to be reviewed as well.
ABC6 asking viewers about the proposal in an online poll. 26% said it's a good idea. 74% telling us it's a waste of time.
This may be considered a waste of money by...
Let's take a pause here. 231 votes.
But 13 days remaining, Rob. Give it time.
Okay.
Let the process play out.
This may be considered a waste of money by some people, but we have had far bigger misuse of taxpayer money in bills that have been proposed. And
it's funny that this is a misuse of time, but the bills proposing legislation on women's bodies are not a waste of time. That, like, even in their criticism of this, the hypocrisy shows.
The final draft still being written. The proposed legislation will get a hearing after it's submitted.
Let's go.
With a Republican-controlled legislature, the bill not expected to go anywhere.
For this particular bill, that's certainly okay. Again, the whole point of this bill wasn't to get it passed.
This guy's definitely
the whole point
gay,
of this bill was to call out the hypocrisy.
You tell me, Rob.
Oh yeah, big bottom energy.
How about the lady?
I can't. I don't have that kind of research at my disposal.
But what if it's like Putney Swope, where like they all do it as a joke and then it actually passes and then you can't.
Great.
Off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why is that good? People will get arrested for jerking off, though.
Good.
But you have to be reported. It's not like they're putting cameras in people's bedrooms. Somebody would have to report you have to get caught doing it.
Someone will weaponize it.
Well, all kidding aside, though, they are, like, the right is trying to make jerking off illegal in the sense they're outlawing porn in all of these different states now by requiring websites to force you to provide identification. And as we've discussed on the show before, these websites do not want to do this because they do not want to have a database of people, people's IDs for such a private matter. And also it'd be too cumbersome to set that up just for these particular states. So they instead don't display in the states and leave it up to the user to figure out a way to access the content, VPNs and stuff.
I don't think the corporations the companies don't give a shit about whether they're invading privacy, right? Do they? I mean, I think it's just that they know people aren't going to show up and log their info. And it's like,
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
The thing is, it's a tricky situation. It's a sticky situation, folks. Because with Pornhub in general, there's been a lot of CP found on there, and so CP, and then a lot of revenge porn, a lot of a lot of stuff where it's just impossible to these victims of abuse will find video footage of their abuse and then try to get it removed, but then it just pops up again with like 7 different uploads on other accounts. So it's a whack-a-mole game. So that is a problem. And it's something that I feel like the porn companies should be responsible for and be proactive about, which some of them are proactive, where now like there's limited uploads of content you haven't created on some of these bigger sites. So that kind of prevents that sort of thing. And it does require ID and proof of creators and uploaders, which I think is fine. But the viewers should not have to prove their age.
Can we have a photo of Andre the Giant being arrested for jerking off to
I'll see what I can do.
Interestingly, though, social media sites are exempt from this. Like Twitter does not have to verify a user's age in order to display porn.
Why?
It's only these Pornhub sites.
Why is
it's
that?
a very targeted attack. I don't know. Well, why is that? Probably because they don't want to offend Elon Musk. I don't know.
But that was the case before he bought it too, though.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm not sure if this stuff was happening before he bought it.
I'm sorry. The fact that it wasn't being verified was true before he bought it, though. Like you could always have porn on Twitter. You couldn't have it on like Instagram and Facebook.
Yes. Yeah, Instagram and Facebook never. Twitter and Blue Sky are the only social media networks that will allow pornographic content.
So up to now, that was just a choice. Like they just chose to do that. Is that what you're saying?
Who chose to do it?
Like the owners of each individual platform. They just chose to allow porn or not allow porn. Like it wasn't. Okay.
All right, I'm going to do these images one at a time because it tells a story. Hold on one second.
I'm scared. What did I ask for here?
Here's the first one. Rob, you can share that.
Oh, no.
Andre being led away in cuffs by a team of very disappointed police officers.
Very diverse casting there. An Indian man, white, and a black man. That's cops.
And then here's the one that tells a much more interesting story.
Oh, they can't get the cuffs on.
He's shirtless, and they can barely get the cuffs on.
Well, we don't know if he's shirtless. He might have that strap on, like that
singlet?
single strap singlet.
But also, this looks like he might be like at a park or something. Like he was at like a playground in his singlet, and one of the kids was just in the sandbox, was just too good looking.
No, I didn't say anything about that. I just said jerk him off.
That he hasn't shaved. Like they have
who's got time to shave? He's double fisting his cock.
He's living on the
streets. I want to masturbate.
This law is the unfair.
He didn't realize it was kids. He thought it was Wallace Shawn.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Friend.
Wally, I miss you. Come over here. Give Daddy a kiss. He looks so sad in that photo. First one, he's getting arrested.
Should I do like Andre the Giant at his computer looking at Anne Frank revenge porn?
Okay, let's see if that works.
This can't be good. How old would Anne Frank be now?
Too old.
Just saying.
All right, it's generating. I don't know what the hell it's going to come up with for this.
I guess we'll see that. But I also wanted to play this clip of Kid Rock in the news.
Oh boy, I'm scared.
It's not exactly what you'd expect, but it's still very, very interesting.
Let's see it.
There you go.
Here we are.
It's almost like they're looking at each other. They don't know what to make of the situation. He's like, he looks sort of disappointed. Like, this is not what I asked for, Pornhub. She's still dressed.
Or they're on a video conferencing call and she catfished him.
I like that her video feed though is also black and white, so she's video conferencing in from the 40s
through a wormhole.
And he's like, I guess this is what I asked for, but I'm not turned on by it. Like he looks disappointed.
You look Jewish. No interested.
It's chat roulette. It's dead girl chat roulette. He's just clicking next already.
I never use Omegle again. I stick to the chatterbait.
This is why our audio listeners need to pop on the YouTube to check out the video version.
Every episode on YouTube.
He's in a darkened room too, like Chris Hansen's gonna walk in or something.
It looks like it might be like a library. Like after hours in the library.
That the only light is the glow from the monitor. That is pretty. I guess there's a lamp behind.
Excuse me, sir. The library's closed. Who's gonna tell him to leave? Some librarian. I don't have the Wi-Fi in the Grenoble, France. I live up in a mountain. Mountain chalet.
It's fair.
This is the Brooklyn Pubic Library.
That's the episode title. Done deal.
That's a little like when I was a kid, probably in the 80s, there was a time when the library around my way had the sign Brooklyn Public Library and the L fell off. And it was the Brooklyn Pubic Library for about probably, I would say, 2 to 3 months.
Was this the Ocean Avenue?
Yes.
Kings Highway to Ocean Avenue.
Ocean Avenue. And my mother and I would walk by and go, look, she would go, look, the Brooklyn Pubic Library. We'd just crack up. And then they finally fixed it, but it was still the Brooklyn Pubic Library forever.
Always and forever. Man.
So I wanted to talk about Kid Rock, of course, as we know, has a bar in Nashville.
Oh.
And he was hosting a party for David Bryan, the keyboardist of Bon Jovi, for his birthday. They were having a birthday bash, thank God. And it looks like he was not happy with the crowd, and so he left.
He left his own bar.
Yes.
Oh. Shame.
Let's watch this footage. Let me get it going. Here it is.
Mr. Kid Rock, everybody, hold the shit. Hey, you proud Mary? We're doing G.
Clearly drunk.
Yeah, left the job in the city. Working for. No, wait, hold on. Let's do like a little. Left the job in the city. Working for the man every night and day. But I never saw.
Oh, he's asking for the cloud to clap. They did it.
I'll do it, Kid Rock. Oh, just me? How much soul?
Yeah, this is the whitest thing I've ever seen.
It's a black woman singing, isn't it?
I meant Kid Rock, but I don't know what she is.
I don't think that is a black woman.
I thought she was white, but maybe I'm wrong.
Rob, enhance.
I can't zoom in.
I know Michael McKeon is playing the keyboard. What happened to him? Oh.
Stop. If you ain't gonna clap, we gonna
Yeah!
That's when everybody starts clapping.
Yeah, don't sing.
Don't get too fast.
Yeah, I can't keep up. Why don't you sing the song, and if they want to clap, fucking clap. It's like Dave Mustaine telling his audience they're not singing along enough. No, we don't want to clap.
So
anymore.
awful.
Yeah, just let her sing. She's good. Oh.
Did he say New Old Beans? What
New
is
Orleans.
he talking about?
Yeah, that's what he's supposed to be saying.
Yeah.
As soon as she starts singing, it's good again.
I like that she moved to the other side of the keyboard from Kid Rock now. She's like, all right, this guy might vomit on me at any moment.
Usually people want to stand next to Kid Rock so they can look better, but she doesn't need it.
Oh, did you hear that?
What did he
Bye.
say?
He said, "You ain't gonna clap. I'm leaving."
What is?
It's like, okay, go.
It's not even his birthday. Like, what is?
Now the real singer can just sing the rest of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other singer's way better anyway. Go.
That's why they're clapping now. He sucks.
He wrote Muffler says I miss the New Old Beans.
I never lost a minute of sleeping thinking about the new
Oh yeah,
old
it's the same
beans.
clip.
Imagine going to a bar because you heard they were celebrating the birthday of the keyboard player for Bon Jovi.
Right.
Imagine doing that and it's not in New Jersey. And you
Yeah,
still think
wow.
that that's what you want to do with your night out.
Good grief.
What a world
And
we live in.
then you love the keyboardist from Bon Jovi so much, you go there to this birthday show that's not in New Jersey, and this little garbage one no talent hack starts taking it over, and you're not fucking
he's
clapping
dead.
enough, and he scolds you, and then he walks off the stage.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm waiting for Richie Sambora to come out. I'm not going to clap for you.
I'm saving my energy for
Yes.
Yeah.
Real celebs to show up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tico Torres. No, wait, hold on. I'm not done. You motherfuckers don't clap. I'm sick of your shit. Tico, just hold on. Let him tire himself out.
Wait till he finds out that the keyboardist from Bon Jovi is a trans woman.
Oh, no.
He's gonna
What?
shoot her up.
Well, this is what happens when you don't let them in the army. They play shows with Kid Rock.
They learn how to they learn an instrument and they go on tour. This is
Exactly.
the alternative. They're going to see the world one way or the other.
Let them in the army, Mr. Trump, so we don't get scenes like this. Tear down that trans wall, sir.
By the way, to answer your question, they're not accepting new enlistees that have gender dysphoria. It doesn't say anything about people actively enlisted.
So wait,
Just
even if you have gender dysphoria, like you're not on hormones, you're not anything, like there's
correct.
So just don't say that you have gender dysphoria.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks, but if you want to be in the army that bad,
And
you
if
don't
there's
have
ever a
much more.
draft, say you do have gender dysphoria, and then you don't have to be in the army. Boom.
and first of all, aren't there like people to kill? Like why are we even discussing any of this stuff? Straight, hetero, like just go do your job.
You'd think.
Isn't there? There's resources to steal, people here. I'm gonna take all the lithium.
You think you're really going to annex Gaza and Canada without taking all the enlistees that you can get?
Yeah, man.
We're not the
Greenland
place
is
to be taken. Yeah.
Greenland is big. Did I see they're gonna? This might have been a bit, but they're gonna make Greenland into red, white, and blue land.
A congressman did submit a proposal about that. That is a legitimate
So we can now
proposal from a
rename
Republican
other
Congress.
people's countries?
Well, if we buy
Well,
it
after we buy it, yeah.
Well, then after we buy it, sure, whatever.
But I thought it wasn't Trump that did that, though, right?
No,
He did- okay.
no. Let me look up.
Okay.
Red, white, and blue land just doesn't even sound right.
No.
You know, like it doesn't roll off the tongue.
Agreed.
Earl Buddy Carter, a Republican from GA, introduced a two-page bill titled "Red, White, and Blue Land Act of 2025."
Well, what do you get when you mix red, white, and blue? Like pink. So just make it pink.
Oh, can't do that.
Lavender.
Wouldn't it be purple? Red and blue's purple.
Red and
white?
blue.
Light purple.
Oh, so I guess red and white would be pink. So red, light, yeah, lavender, mauve, mauveland. Greenland is an inappropriate name anyway. It's covered with ice. Greenery there.
Let's talk about our Spotify picks. Each week we pick a song, throw it on the playlist.
Yes, sir.
You can access it by searching on Spotify the RIP Livecast Music Break. We have 792 songs, a whopping 53 hours of music. And my pick this week is the song Maybe This Time from Cabaret. I went to see it last weekend, as I mentioned on the show here. And it was a very good show. I was blown away, in fact. I knew it was a good show, and I was taken aback by how much I enjoyed it. And I guess my favorite thing about a musical is like really falling in love with it and spending the next week listening to the soundtrack and learning about it and learning about its history. And I think I'm a bad gay because I didn't realize that this was like Liza Minnelli's breakout role, which won her an Oscar and all that. And so I've been watching some of her performances and being like, oh, I get it now. I see why the gays love Liza. She was the play is great if you're anywhere near Broadway and can afford these somewhat overpriced tickets. But honestly, it wasn't over as far as like value for your buck. It was really interesting because the show starts an hour early when doors open, an hour before showtime. They create this whole cabaret vibe, and there's kind of like a pre-show of like these little choreographed numbers from cabaret dancers that you can get at the bar before you sit down. So it really creates this whole environment for you. It's very well done. And the show has a lot of relevance. I didn't realize it was about Nazi Germany right before the start of World War II. And so all of this stuff is happening outside of the cabaret, and then eventually it's unavoidable. The party is over and such. And one other thing I want to mention, though, is, the typical demographic for the show is old Jewish ladies and old Jewish men. So there was so much clapter about like if you don't stand against Nazism, that means you're for it. And like that was yeah, like everyone in this.
Well, is that clapter or just applause?
I guess it's
clapter
applause.
is when you applaud instead of laughing.
I guess it wasn't a joke. You're right. But it was just like a weird. It's like, all right, everyone relax. We're in Midtown Manhattan. And we're in Broadway. Yes, we're all against Nazis. We're all on the same page here. It felt
You're
a little
sort of
pandering.
dark complected, Rob. They weren't sure about you. They needed to see you vociferously cheer.
Pull down your pants. Show them you're circumcised.
It might be a Colombian.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry. Hey, don't you worry about my Judaism, all right, folks? Hey, how about that?
He's got a tattoo of numbers on his arm, but that was just to remind him of the Livecast call-in line that time when he gave out his home number. Don't get it twisted.
But a lot of great songs, a lot of very catchy ditties. So I picked Maybe This Time, a little Liza tune. Very, very show tunesy, but in the best way. Sid, what's your pick?
Speaking of elderly New York City women, I just got tickets to see Patti Smith perform the album Horses for its 50th anniversary. That's how old she fucking is. And I'd never seen her before, and I figured, well, if I don't go to this, then she's probably going to be dead before the next chance. So I picked the first song off of that album called Glory. It's got one of the coolest opening lyrics to an album, I think, ever. Where she says, Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not mine, which is just so fucking badass for a lady to write that on her first album in the fucking 70s. So props to Patti Smith, still somehow alive. And tickets at Beacon Theater to see her, not as expensive as I feared. Expensive, but again, not as expensive as I thought they would be. So that's nice. Darren, how about you?
Come on, Patty.
He definitely not so moist anymore.
Ugh. I had that same experience going to see Leonard Cohen with my mother. I think 2016. Like he died like literally months later.
Yeah.
And she wanted it for the same reason. Like, who knows how long this guy's going to be around? I saw them at Barclays Center. Great show. I'm not even like a Leonard Cohen fan at all, but great. I mean, the guy is was a natural performer. I talked briefly about the show Paradise that I'm watching. And was that before the show or did I say
no, that was on the show?
I'm blanking now. Yeah, and it's just got a terrible soundtrack with these breathy baby girl vocals where they do covers of songs like Another Day in Paradise by Phil Collins and Eye of the Tiger by Survivor and a few other ones. But there was one standout song by a band I actually never heard of, classic rock band called Unicorn. And the song is called Ooh Mother. And it just plays for like 3 seconds on the jukebox, but in the show. But I went to see the soundtrack and that all the other songs were terrible. And I was just kind of bathing in all these terrible songs. And I heard this song that's actually really good. So I enjoyed it. And now I'm going to check out this band's other songs.
Nice.
And that's that.
Sorry, I just got a targeted ad for a Block Party playing.
Oh, yeah, I've been getting that as well.
I'm in. Do you want to go?
No, I'm good. I saw them once. I saw them around the time that album came out. I don't need to.
Oh, I never saw them. So I'm down. I really, it's at Forest Hills, even though it's a bit of a schlep to get to. I really like it.
Then is that the place where you can't park? We had an argument about that.
We did, yeah. It's like half a mile to walk to do it, but it's in the summer. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do like one a year, one pilgrimage to Forest Hill Stadium a year, because I really do like the atmosphere in like an open air kind of circular stadium, especially in the spring summer. Like watching outdoor shows in the spring summer in New York is the fucking best. This is like it's like literally I feel so happy to be a New Yorker when I'm stoned / drunk enjoying music outdoors in shorts. It's great.
I used to have my annual written test for being a high school umpire at Forest Hills High School every year. And then they changed. Now they don't give a test anymore.
They don't even bother. They're just, you're fine. Or
they test
do it
you
some other way.
They test you. They fingerprinted us all the first time, and then you have to do another, like a criminal background check every year. So they're much more concerned with that you're not going to touch the girls than
that makes sense.
Than whether you know the rules.
They got the priorities in order now.
I guess.
But they have clinics and stuff, like you can go to a clinic
for STD.
Oh no, I haven't had to do that. I would pass that with flying colors. But like the on-field clinics, and it's voluntary now.
Yeah.
So that's our show, and of course, if you want a little more Livecast in your life, get your ass to our Patreon, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. $4 a month gets you access to all of our bonus episodes. Half a decade of bonus episodes at your disposal, folks. It's crazy how long it's been. And we thank all of our patrons for their support throughout the years. And this month we did a brutal watch-along of Bill Maher, his stand-up special. You heard what I think of Bill Maher, okay, pal? My Dennis Miller.
It is like that. Well, they are similar in your defense.
Dennis Miller.
In your defense, they're very similar voices.
He's a little more okay.
Listen, babe. Chachi.
So we watch a special and we yell at our screens together. You could enjoy that. We have a ton of great watch-alongs, old bad movies, old good movies. A lot of rock movies that we review. The old Kiss movie that you can't even find anywhere. Danzig's directorial movies.
Movies about rock and movies starring The Rock.
It's true.
Have all bases covered.
We did a round table about
Red One.
What is it? Red One. Thank you. His terrible Christmas movie. Patreon.com/RIPLivecast. $8 a month. You're a top Livecast fan. You get a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. And hear about this, folks. We got a guy named Benjamin, and him and Dan are talking about we need rights for trans people to play sports, okay? Listen, if I want a dick at the sports game, I'll call Dick Vitale, all right, pal? Oh, ease up, folks. It's a joke, okay? It's a joke. What are we at Shashur Sasusichi? You can't think a joke? All right, you hear about this Lando Danks, folks? You hear about this Lando Danks? He's drinking a little LaCroix and
Oh boy.
asking about gay rights. Listen, the only gay rights I need is the right to gay. I don't know. I don't know. We have Corey and Scotty H. They're nice guys, folks. There we got Aaron here thinks women should have rights, Aaron. Well, I'll tell you what. Jeremy and Mr. Schmertzler agree with me that we hate Muslims. No. Bill Maher just doesn't like Muslims.
All right.
When I say we hate Muslims, I don't mean Mr. Schmertzler or Jeremy. I mean just Bill Maher. I personally love Muslims.
The apology comes within the bit now.
Douglas, who are you, Levison? Okay. I don't know if I could do, now I'm falling into Mike Francis a little. We got Slinkies and Gender and Randy Bland. How about you speak English? This is the greatest country in the world. I don't like any religions. All right, that's our show, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back next week. Until then, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.